Hi, I'm Jain, back for another review from Vaporizers.com. Today we're going to be reviewing the Indica Vaporizer. It is actually product 500 from the Indica brand vaporizers. The Indica brand vaporizer comes in this amazingly cute little box. I really like the packaging here. It's very nice. You open it up and you see your Indica vaporizer. Very small, looks a lot like a lighter. So you almost looks like a big Zippo, so it's very discreet. That's good. I mean, this is portable. You could put it in your pocket. Very nice. Then, open it up. We've got instructions, carrying case, USB charging cord, power adapter, additional chambers, a nice metal bristle cleaning brush, a few pipe cleaners for on the go, and this thing, the cleaning and packing tool. Good thing about the cleaning and packing tool is that it actually has the little thing on the end, so you can put it on a keychain so it can always stay with you and you're not going to lose it. Because I know something this small, I'd throw in my purse and I'd spend like an hour looking for it and I wouldn't find it. And I would get frustrated when I need to medicate, and that wouldn't be so good. Then we've got the additional screens. And then this right here is the additional clip for the outside on the battery pack. So in case you were to ever lose this one or anything, they think about it. They know we lose parts. So they've at least thought into that. If you lose it, if you break it, we're going to give you a couple extra good ones. That's helpful. Now, how to use the Indica Vaporizer. The one thing that you have to note about the Indica Vaporizer that's very important, it needs a full 12 hours of charge before you can even think about using the unit. So you get it home, take it out of the box, plug that bad boy in, charge it a full 12 hours, then you can pick it up and use it. One of the features it does have, after it's made its first initial 12-hour charge, you can use it while you're charging it. So you can actually have the unit plugged in while you're charging it and still use it, so you're not having to wait. And the subsequent charge is only 3 hours, so you don't have to wait 12 hours to charge it back up. So it's only 3 hours and it'll be fully charged. Now, one thing I really like about the Indica Vaporizer is that its battery life is an hour and a half of continuous usage. So if you're going to be somewhere camping or you're not going to have an outlet, the Indica Vaporizer is really good for being able to maintain a long battery life with a lot of uses. They say up to 400 draws. I think that also matters how you draw. If you draw a big draw, you're obviously going to use it quicker. If you take a little draw, you're not going to use it as quick. And of course, the temperature setting is vital on that. The higher temperatures obviously use more battery life, whereas if you keep it on the lower setting for a very light, flavorful vape, then you're going to keep the battery a lot longer. First thing you want to do, you want to obviously take the top up and you want to push down on the power button, hold it down for 3 seconds. Notice how it blinks. When it stops blinking, it becomes a whitish blue. Whitish blue means that it is 100% charged. Now, if you see green right here, that means you're between 20 and 60% on your battery life. So it's not fully dead. You still have, a good 20-30 minutes or so to be able to use your Indica. But if you're going to put it on the high temperature settings, you definitely want to be aware that at that point you're going to run out of battery really quick. Now, once this little sucker turns red, you're at 20% or less. So red means, hey, charge me, I'm going to run out, I'm going to die on you. And there's nothing worse than when you really need that vape hit, it goes dead on you in the middle of it. There is nothing more frustrating for that. At least they do have the USB charging, but if you're on the go and you are unable to charge it, then you're just SOL. Alright, to load the Indica Vaporizer, you want to slide down on this side tab right here, and that releases it. and you have your chamber right here. Now you want to get some finely ground flour. The good thing, you've got the little tool right here so you can just push it down and make sure you pack it nice and tight. You don't want to just stuff it completely full because you do want to make sure that you have an airflow. Like all vaporizers, you need air to come through. Okay. So once you get the right amount, pack it down in there. You then want to grab the little mini spacer and then pack that down on top of it. Just like that. And the side is held on by a magnet too, so it's not just going to fall off on you. There we go. The little temperature control at the top is the same as the on-off button. It starts off at the cyan, which is the lowest temperature setting, and it takes a full minute to heat up. You want to make sure that your temperature setting blinks 2 times and is on the desired color for a full minute before you ever hit the vaporizer. Tap 2 times, it changes the temperature setting. So 2 taps, next temperature. This is the low temperature setting. This is where you're going to get your most benefit, especially if you're doing like the THCA or the CBD medications. You're going to want to do a little bit lower of the temperature setting. And with that, you just get a very, very light vapor. And you really, really get to truly experience a good taste of the flower. Let's see what temperature setting 2 will do. 2 times. Okay, now we're at the desired temperature. Notice how it stopped blinking. It's solid. We get a little bit more vapor. You do sacrifice a little bit more of the taste when you get up to the higher settings. I found setting 1 pretty pleasant. Setting 2 is pretty pleasant. Let's go with setting 3. So far it's very smooth. I'm not noticing any harshness. It is getting a little warm in my hand, which is to be expected obviously with the higher settings. So now we're right in the middle. Temperature 3. And this temperature, you're at 376 degrees. This is right about as high as you want to go to be able to get all of the benefits of all of your medicine. Any higher than this, you're going to start burning a lot of the compounds and the chemicals that you need at the lower temperatures. But for those that like a thicker vapor and like the sensation of feeling something, I would definitely recommend 3. 3 is a good setting. It's not too hot. The vapor is not too hot in my mouth. And you still experience a little bit of the nice floral flavor. Although you do start getting a little bit more of that burnt flavor at 3. So let's go up to 4 and see what the next temperature setting is going to be. In setting number 4, got the purple. It's just clicked 2 times. This one's definitely a lot hotter. The unit is hot in my hand, especially right on the where you load it. It gets very, very warm. So definitely want to hold this maybe more from the top than the bottom. And we just blinked. We're at 2. You definitely get a much thicker vapor on setting number 4. And I'm going to say you lose a lot of the flavor at setting 4 as well. It starts getting a little bit harsh, but it's not horribly. I definitely had a lot that the smoke is a lot harsher at the higher settings. This one still does a pretty good job of keeping it cool. Now, it's important to note that the Indica brand vaporizer, the Indica Vaporizer is a convection vaporizer, meaning you don't have to push any buttons or anything. All you have to do with this unit is just put your lips on it and suck. Alright, just for the hell of it, we're going to try the very last setting because I'm hell bent on trying them all. I like how they even put it at red. It's like, it's almost too hot. I don't think you want to go there. Although there are people, I mean, I do like to experience a thicker smoke sometimes when I hit a vaporizer because I do want to feel that I'm hitting something. But I also want to make sure that it's not sacrificing on flavor. So now we're on the hottest temperature setting. Alright, at setting number 5, the unit is definitely a lot hotter. You want to hold it from the side so that way you're not hurting your hands. You get a lot of smoke on setting number 5. It doesn't really burn my throat, but I do start getting, I lose a lot of the flavor. They have improved. I don't taste a metal flavor or anything with this one anymore. Well, after reviewing the Indica Vaporizer, I definitely have things I like about this unit and things I dislike about this unit. The things I like about this unit is it's small and it's discreet. It hits very, very nicely, especially for a smaller vaporizer. It doesn't have too high of temperature settings. And it's a convection vaporizer, so I'm not having to hold down any buttons or anything like that. The mouthpiece is pretty decent. It's not too big of a mouthpiece, so I'm not making a big mess with my lipstick. But it is a little on the rubbery side, so I do kind of make a mess with it. One of the things I like about the Indica Vaporizer is it's very, very portable. This one is more made for on the go than a lot of the other vaporizer units that I've used. Just due to the fact that it has a little bit longer of the battery life, that is definitely a pro for this unit. The cons of this unit are, well, for me, there's no oil attachment. And you know that speaks in volumes for me because I like to have an oil attachment for anything I use. I'd like to be able to make my unit versatile, a vape, one-stop vape for everything. The other con with this unit would be the power button has a tendency to want to stick. So when you're changing temperature settings or when you're wanting to turn the unit on or off, sometimes it can get stuck. And the heating with this unit can be kind of difficult. So unless you're holding it from the side on the little top part, it can get very, very hot and almost uncomfortable. So not something you'd want to put right back in your pocket if you're carrying it in your pocket after you use it. Well, this has been my review of the Indica brand vaporizer, and I hope this review has been helpful in deciding whether the Indica Vaporizer is the right portable vaporizer for your home or not. This has been Sarah Jain for Vaporizers.com.